You know, if you see the thumbnail of this video, you already know exactly what I'm going to be yapping about today. The whole thing with, yesterday I talked a little bit about, like, you know, the all roads lead to Rome. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, a lot of people will be like, we'll see that, be like, oh, you know, fate's real, everything's inevitable, everything's always going to happen. But then that contradicts with an even more famous statement of nothing ever happens. And the question is, can both be true at once? Can nothing ever truly happen while everything is constantly happening and everything culminates in one point? To which I think yes. I think that the end result, right, is essentially a point. And then between that end result is a whole lot of nothing that happens to achieve that end result. For example, right? If we look on like just like a large scale, stuff seems to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, conflict day here, conflict there, oh well. But does ever anything actually develop? Very occasionally. Very, 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 very occasionally. So my thought process is, what's happening and what's not? Because on a small scale, right, you can make so much stuff happen in your own personal life. But on a large scale, like, nothing's real. Genuinely, just nothing's real. Nothing happens. Nothing's real. It's just fake. It's all fake. Then put this in symmetry. So it's like, why worry about it then? You know, just like live your life, do whatever you want to do. And it's like, some people will be like, oh, well, you know, if that's real, it means like everything's already predetermined. So what's the point? And I think it's a little different than that. I think it's more so. I think it's more so just the idea of that, like, what can you do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, time is inevitable. Time's going to keep flowing forward no matter what you do. Everything is just going to be inevitable, that everything just keeps going. You know what I'm saying? Even when you pop off and die, you know, stuff's still going to, like, happen without you. But then it's like, wait a minute, I thought nothing happened. I thought nothing ever happened. It's like, true, nothing ever happens on a large scale. That's why it seems like your life doesn't matter. But on a small scale, with the people around you, people that you know, so much is happening. It's like, well, all right then. In that case, I can live my life and, you know, be happy and merry. That looks like a phase productive. Okay, I ran out of room. Just put some of this on different layers, shouldn't I? Also, going to be making the videos shorter, which means I can yap faster somehow. Fuck. To be doing a. That is not what we want. Layer. Then on this layer, I can now deselect what I think it is. I don't remember what the deselect button is, to be honest. Is it things like Control D? Yeah, just paste that. Perfect. Beautiful. And then we have layer 2, which is not one, which is again delete. If I knew the delete button was on this keyboard. I switched keyboards, so maybe it's quieter. I don't know. There we go. Alright, chat, we're so better. So now we have this on one layer, then this on the other layer. And I may end up putting this a bit higher. But essentially what it comes down to is this, right? It's like, live your life the way you want, the best way that you can, right? And so much is going to happen. You're going to feel constantly overwhelmed, constantly stimulated. And it's like, if you think about the large picture, nothing is going to happen, ever. Like ever, like nothing. It's just going to be boring, you're going to be upset, and it's just not worth living like that. So instead, now it's supposed to happen. I can just do that for him. That makes sense. This makes sense, I think. Yeah, it does. Or in that case, I'm also gonna. Or am I drawing this on? There's this not a discard there. It's like just do it, you know what I'm saying? Just like, live life, man. And it's like, at the end of the day, right, you know, even if you read a book backwards, the end is still the same. I saw that somewhere and I was like, that's genius, that's heat, that's just so big brain. It's like, the big events in your life are not going to change. So you might as well just like make the small stuff matter. You know what I'm saying? It's like, go out with that friend, you know, just go have a good time. And it's like, you know, maybe you will, you know, get into a car crash like next month. But that's next month, and you don't even know about it. So why worry about it? Just dug it out for the time being. That stupid little rabbit has been everywhere, and it's just like, all right, man, I get it. You don't want the kids to be happy. Sure, do whatever you want, little rabbit man. Not going into your rabbit hole. How big should a nose be? It should be that big. Let's do that, and then I'm gonna make a mouth that needs to be like sort of kind of like that. See, the problem with drawing something like this is that like we have to have the side profile be like I don't know how to draw mouths, but essentially something along the lines of like this. That is horrifically bad. Along those general specifications, more probably akin to like we cross that bridge when we get to the chat. I don't know. It's like all roads lead to Rome. You know, maybe that's the truth. Maybe everything we do will culminate in one little event. But if you focus on just like that one bad thing, it's like, what's the point? And there's like a million other good things that could have happened while you're worrying about that. And if you think about it, realistically speaking, right? What if you worry about that is what's going to cause it to happen? You know what I'm saying? Instead, what if you just didn't worry about it and it didn't happen? You don't know. You don't know. So nobody can tell the future. So technically speaking, it's constantly changing. Which means you have every opportunity to make it better or worse as you see fit. And like I said yesterday, the actions that you take affect your life and the lives of the people around you. So take that into account, man. You know what I'm saying? And just chill out. It's like almost too big for those, but I don't know. What do I know? I don't draw animals, I don't draw in general. It's not an issue. Maybe if flat, I think it's like a slight round, but just the objective round. Because we're going for like a board look here, right, chat? I'm making that smaller. The problem is the mouth needs to scale with the, or I could just not do that and just kind of do it like a ton, possibly. But if I do that, I know a buddy of mine's going to absolutely just throw a fit if he ever sees this, which is probably wrong, but he is very, very adamant about the way snails look. Let's see. I figured, yesterday I told you about getting into a car crash, like I said about it, and it's like, if that was just like an inevitable event, you know, what if there's really just like I could have done to like do about it? So it's like, you know, I could have woken up earlier that morning, I could have done this, like, or that, or this, or that, and I could have spent like 5 more minutes, you know, like at home, I don't know, putting on my shoes or something, right? And maybe it wouldn't have happened, but you know what? The fact of the matter is it did. The question is, what are the takeaways from that? Driving anxiety, 100%. But what else? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, do what you can with what you got. And at the end of the day, if things go south, fix it. I think a lot of people don't realize that just how like rectifiable like half everything is. There's like always a bounce back point until you die. I think at least, which is why I currently under the notion that because I was not killed in the car accident, that means I'm still here for a reason. What that reason is probably to get bread. get money, get paid. Is that like bored enough? That mouth looks so small as compared to like all of the other features. That nose is gigantic, enormous. Semi-endearing, semi-not. I'm going to redo it. Because that mouth is also just not like in the face. So if I draw a line, right, going from here, okay, I hate it when it does that. About here. And then about here is the midway point. So here are the eyes. The eyes are supposed to be here. Okay, so that's good. Is that the midway point? Because if I draw a line from top to future destiny, if I do like this. I'll say today's gonna be just a nose, type 8. Which is fine, you know, every day is a little bit of progress, or a little bit of progress leads to, you know, my wife. And, I didn't know if my wife had it over. Let's do this. And then let's do right about here. Call this right here the chin, so now it should be about like right here. So do like one of those. Alright, that works. That's not bad. Hey, that's pretty good. I like that. Kind of surprised. I don't know if I'm thinking you to have like what, like here, something like that, and then I'd do like a 4 square. I think would make the most sense. So, kind of currently in a position where I don't really want to drive anymore, even though I love cars. And it's just kind of due to just this, like, you know, what's the point of like me like having like cool cars, like driving cool cars? It's like whenever I go out, the car that I like is just gonna get damaged. It's like the point was spend like $90,000 on like a car when you know it's gonna break. And that kind of falls back into the Wome ideology. Does that look like a pig nose? Yes, it does. Don't kill me. I don't like to fix that either. Which means we're gonna hit one of. I think just because of like the way it's shaped, it looks more piggy than it does like. What am I going for? Who knows? But like under that, like all the roads lead to Rome. You know what I'm saying? It's like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. So at that rate, I might as well just have fun while driving. You know, even if I am gonna get into a car crash or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Again, then I might as well just go ahead and do it. But I guess at that point, the question is then, do you just buy cheap cars or do you buy the cars that you like? Because if you buy the cars that you like, you're gonna end up probably doing what like a lot of Corvette drivers do, and just having them sit in your garage for like 20 years, which I'm not really a big fan of. I want this to go more like this and then come in like that. So like, I'm pretty conflicted currently, but you know, what can you do? Quite a lot, as I've just mentioned. You can do a lot. I guess I'm not really sure what I intend to do though. In terms of like, I don't know if I want that just fully black. I really don't like that. I'll do is going with an eraser. Let me just change the general shape. Okay. There you go. Just change the general shape of it. Who knows, Dad? Who knows? Yeah, the worst thing that can really happen, well, not really the worst thing, but like one of the worst things that can happen is it's over. You know what I'm saying? There's like, you die and then there's no coming back from that. I don't like that at all. Then it's game over, and if you can't do anything, then it becomes an issue. But I have faith that things will get better after all. Can only go so far down before it starts to come back up. So it's kind of what I'm waiting on. In terms of the nose, it's pretty much finished. Pretty much just going to go in here. Grab the eraser. Get rid of all this. And that's pretty much it, yeah. I'm pretty content with that. I might change the mouth around a little bit later. But I kind of have just like a nice little simplistic thing where it's not like too complex, not a lot of emotion showing. Yeah, I think that's sufficient. I totally forgot about that. There's no accompanying music. I'll put on music in the post. It's fun. So yeah, cheers, chat.